Welcome to the debate. Today, we're diving into a critical question that's really reshaping the modern workplace. Does artificial intelligence genuinely revolutionize corporate training? I mean, does it comprehensively solve its deep-seated problems and universally enhance human expertise?
Or is its role perhaps more accurately described as, say, an amplification tool, something that, supercharges delivery but still fundamentally relies on human insight, and maybe even redefines what expertise truly means in this context?
Exactly. And I'll be arguing that AI is revolutionizing corporate training, fundamentally replacing those ineffective traditional methods and, yes, inherently enhancing human expertise by allowing it to operate at a much higher, more strategic level.
Okay, and I'll be offering a slightly different perspective, suggesting that while AI provides, undeniably powerful improvements, its role is primarily that of an amplification tool, critically dependent on human insight, and with let's say, a more complex and nuanced impact on human expertise, especially when you look at its creation and, importantly, its application.
Right. Well, let's be blunt. Corporate training, as we've known it, it's utterly failing. I mean, a dismal 12% retention rate. Think about that. That means 88 cents of every dollar spent, and we're talking out of a staggering $366 billion annually, is essentially going up in smoke. It's like, imagine trying to get fit by paying for gym classes that don't match your fitness level at all, never give you feedback, and then expect you to remember the entire workout a week later. That's pretty much the painful reality of traditional training. Uniform, one-speed delivery, totally disconnected from real-world application, and frankly, just unengaging. So this is where AI really steps in as a revolutionary solution. It's poised to replace, 70% of this ineffective training by 2027. Its true superpower lies in these sophisticated machine learning algorithms that constantly analyze a learner's progress, identify those knowledge gaps, and dynamically reconfigure content delivery, the feedback loops, all in real time. This isn't just some pre-programmed branching. It's a genuinely intelligent, responsive tutor for every single individual. Companies like First Movers Labs, they're a leader in this AI-powered corporate ed space, are already seeing 85% plus course completion rates. That demonstrates AI can do it better, faster, and cheaper, while fundamentally enhancing human expertise by shifting our roles to higher-level strategic functions. It's amplification, yes, but it's an amplification that completely redefines the landscape.
Yeah, I certainly acknowledge the dire statistics you've cited. I mean, that 12% retention rate is a stark indictment of the traditional methods, no question. And the financial waste is, it's undeniable. However, I come at it from a slightly different angle regarding the nature of this AI revolution. The source material itself, interestingly, provides a crucial distinction. It clearly states that AI isn't creating the knowledge, right? It's delivering human-tested content. It explicitly clarifies that all the foundational content originates from Julia's personal expertise, with Julia manually researching, testing strategies, writing curricula, all based on real outcomes. So AI, in this context, is used only to scale the delivery. It serves as the, quote, team of robots that builds it overnight perfectly for each resident's taste, while the human, Julia, is the architect designing the house.
Now, this vividly positions AI as a powerful tool, or perhaps a highly efficient contractor meticulously executing human blueprints. It doesn't position it as a self-contained revolutionary force that enhances human expertise in all its aspects. The critical intellectual capital, the strategic insight, the real-world validation, that still resides squarely with the human architect.
Okay. I see why you emphasize Julia's role as the architect. And yes, her expertise is absolutely foundational. But let me offer maybe a deeper look into how this amplification fundamentally transforms and, I'd argue, elevates human expertise rather than just, replicating it. The claim that AI will replace 70% of traditional training by 2027, it doesn't suggest a reduction in the value of human expertise. It points to a profound evolution of it. The source is clear. AI is not automation, it's amplification. And while it's true that only 30% of existing training roles might survive in their current form, these roles aren't merely preserved. They are fundamentally upgraded, expanded in their scope. We're talking about expert content curators, like Julia, who are now empowered by AI to analyze millions of learning interactions, identifying emergent skill gaps, predicting future industry needs with unparalleled precision. This isn't just content creation anymore. It's an elevation to a truly proactive, predictive level of strategic content design. And then you have AI training designers structuring curricula specifically for AI's adaptive delivery, learning experience architects designing these dynamic, personalized learning journeys, and performance coaches guiding learners in applying knowledge to get real-world results. The analogy provided in this source is quite telling, I think. The teacher becomes a high-level strategist, the TA is replaced by the efficiency of AI, and the counselor transforms into a personal success coach. So this isn't displacement just for the sake of it. It's a clear, strategic enhancement of human roles, shifting them from that rote, uniform delivery to high-level strategy, personalized coaching, intricate design, arguably far more valuable in complex applications of human intellect and expertise.
Right. I understand the vision of these elevated roles, and I absolutely agree that for those 30% whose positions evolve, their work likely becomes more strategic, more impactful. However, I would push back a little on the idea that this universally enhances expertise. When the source explicitly states only 30% of training roles will survive, well, that's a stark figure that really demands attention, doesn't it? This isn't just a refinement for the entire ecosystem of human expertise. It seems to represent a profound shift, suggesting a significant redefinition and, frankly, outright displacement for the majority of existing roles. While the new roles are indeed critical, how do we account for the expertise of the 70% whose roles are, by definition, disappearing? To suggest this is a universal enhancement for human expertise, well, it might overlook the reality for a very large segment of the workforce. That architect designing the house metaphor still highlights that the core intellectual capital, the strategic creation, remains firmly human-centric. AI is the team of robots that builds it overnight perfectly. This really underscores a critical dependence on human creativity and strategic foresight for the blueprint itself, rather than AI inherently enhancing all existing human roles. It feels more like a reallocation, maybe a concentration of human expertise into specific, high-level functions, which AI's delivery capabilities enable. That's a very different outcome, I think, than widespread enhancement for everyone.
I understand your concern for the 70% whose roles are changing, but I think that perspective maybe risks overlooking the truly disruptive force of AI's adaptive intelligence. It's not just delivering, it's dynamically shaping the learning experience in a way that no static human-designed curriculum, however brilliant, could ever really achieve. The superpower of real-time adaptation directly addresses that core problem of uniform, one-speed delivery that just plagued traditional training for so long. This isn't just about scaling Julia's content. It's about the intelligence within the execution engine itself. Imagine AI observing you struggling with a specific concept, then instantly providing a customized mini lesson or maybe a different example tailored precisely to where you're getting stuck, much like a dedicated human tutor reading your every expression. This is precisely what drives those reported 85% plus course completion rates from First Movers Labs, a massive leap from that traditional 12% retention we talked about. And the ability to scale this kind of personalized, intelligent diagnosis and delivery infinitely at a cost of less than $100 per employee compared to the prohibitive, $1,500 to $3,000 traditionally, that is a revolutionary step. It fundamentally alters the landscape of corporate learning, making truly effective, personalized training accessible to organizations and individuals in ways previously impossible. So it's not merely about executing blueprints. It's about the AI actively diagnosing, customizing, and delivering content to optimize learning outcomes in a way no static blueprint could ever achieve on its own.
That's a compelling point, and I agree. AI's adaptive capabilities are undeniably powerful for delivery and optimization, no question. However, have you considered that even this superpower of adaptation is entirely predicated on the quality and, perhaps more importantly, the source of the content?
The source clearly states human insight is the blueprint, and AI is the contractor executing it perfectly. It emphasizes that real human-AI integration means training is done via human-designed workflows, not abstract code or untested theory. So this means AI's effectiveness, however adaptive or scalable it might be, is intrinsically tied to the initial human input and strategic design. Without Julia's personal expertise, her manual research, her testing of strategies in live business environments to write full curricula based on real outcomes, well, the AI would have nothing meaningful to adapt or deliver, would it? Oris's role here is that of a sophisticated deliverer and optimizer of content, a phenomenal one, I grant you, but it is not an originator of knowledge. Nor is it capable of the strategic thinking and real-world experience required to formulate effective training content in the first place. Its agency, in this context, is still fundamentally bounded by and dependent upon the human intelligence that feeds it. It's building on what we give it, not generating novel insights from thin air.
But the results presented by First Movers Labs really demonstrate a comprehensive solution to those failures of traditional training. Achieving 85% plus course completion rates, providing instant and adaptive feedback, personalizing content based on user behavior, these are all direct remedies to the unengaging and forgettable content and disconnected from real-world application problems. I mean, we've all been through those mandatory sit-and-get training sessions, haven't we? Those droning PowerPoints that feel utterly disconnected from our actual jobs. AI's true magic, I think, is making that a relic of the past, delivering learning that feels like it was designed just for you. And the seamless integration with web services further underscores how AI creates an all-encompassing, highly effective, and self-improving learning ecosystem that goes far beyond what traditional methods could ever hope to accomplish. This isn't just some incremental improvement. It's a complete reimagining of the learning process that achieves superior outcomes, tackling those core problems identified in the source head-on. The adaptive feedback loop, the personalized journey, these are directly addressing the failures of uniform, one-speed delivery and that lack of engagement. It feels like a holistic system designed specifically to overcome those inherent flaws.
I'm sorry, but I just don't quite buy that it's a complete solution that eradicates all traditional problems, especially when it comes to the crucial human element of application and, well, nuanced development. While AI delivers information with astounding efficiency, what about the truly messy parts of learning? You know, the moments of struggle, the breakthrough aha moments that often come from a mentor's timely insight, or the collaborative problem-solving that builds team cohesion. Even within First Movers Lab's impressive AI-powered education system, the source itself highlights the necessity of real-time weekly calls with human mentors. Furthermore, it emphasizes the emergence of these new roles like performance coaches, guiding learners and applying knowledge to real-world results. This strongly indicates that while AI excels at content delivery and personalization, the critical aspect of human guidance, mentorship, and the complex, often messy application of knowledge in real-world scenarios still requires direct, ongoing human interaction. Can an algorithm truly replicate that deep human connection, the empathy for a personal struggle, or the nuanced judgment needed for truly complex, non-quantifiable skills like leadership or, say, negotiation? It seems AI makes the delivery incredibly efficient, but humans remain absolutely essential for the deeper, more contextualized learning and that critical transition from theory to practical, embedded expertise.
Well, in conclusion, I believe the source material robustly supports the view that AI offers a truly revolutionary solution to the long-standing failures of corporate training. By directly addressing issues like those abysmal retention rates and massive cost inefficiency with personalized, adaptive delivery at scale, AI not only replaces outdated, ineffective methods, but, I argue, actively enhances human expertise. It frees up human talent to take on these strategic, high-impact roles, designing the blueprints, refining content with predictive insights, coaching complex applications, all while providing unprecedented scalability and accessibility for effective learning across any organization.
And while I agree AI undeniably provides powerful tools for efficient content delivery and personalization and significantly improves access to training, The source material also consistently underscores AI's foundational dependence on human expertise for the actual content creation and strategic formulation. It clearly highlights the continued necessity of direct human guidance and mentorship for the practical, nuanced application of knowledge. So, this suggests, to me, a complex evolution rather than a simple, unqualified revolution of human expertise. A situation where AI serves as a powerful amplifier and a critical component, yes, but perhaps not the sole or primary driver of knowledge creation, nor a complete solution for all aspects of human development, particularly those requiring that deep, empathic human interaction.
Ultimately, what emerges from our discussion isn't really a simple answer, is it? But perhaps a clearer understanding of AI's dual nature. It's a profound accelerator of learning delivery, yet one whose ultimate impact on human expertise remains intricately woven with our ability to strategically design, guide, and adapt to its evolving capabilities.
Exactly. The material clearly demonstrates that there is certainly much to consider when assessing AI's long-term impact on learning, and crucially, the roles of humans within that evolving landscape.